Alright, VV Nation, Ryan here. Welcome to the channel. Now in tonight's presentation, I get a lot of stocks mentioned in comments, whether it's 6 p.m. videos or live streams over the past few weeks. So I wanted to take some time and actually dive into some of these positions. So in tonight's video, I actually have 6 stocks that we're going to go right into the analysis through the VectorVest 7 software. Not going to go into any articles, anything such as that. Now, in addition to that, we are going to take a lot of time and go into the graphs of these stocks, see potentially where we could have gotten out of these stocks to mitigate losses. In addition, if these stocks have potential to go up in the near future. So let's dive into the software and see what VectorVest is telling us about your stocks. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there. This is not a list I am telling you to go out and buy right now. I'm not advocating that these are the best stocks out there. These are stocks that have just simply been mentioned on this channel, and I wanted to dive deeper into the analysis and give the customers in VV Nation some ideas on what this position could potentially do going forward and how it's behaved in recent times. Now, that being said, on this list, I do have SMCI, on semiconductors, Palantir, Sofi, IONQ, and NIO. Most of these companies are pretty big. You're probably familiar with a lot of these names here. First thing I noticed right off the gate here, we got 2 buy rated stocks and we have 4 sells. So a lot of these stocks are feeling the pressure. So let's go ahead and break these down. If we take price, compare it to value here, we see that SMCI is undervalued right now, trading at $292. We value it at $468. So great upside potential there. Now on semiconductor, another undervalued company here, trading just below $70. We value it at $113. Palantir overvalued, trading above 20. We value it under $5. SoFi Tech overvalued. IONQ greatly overvalued, trading at $12. Comes in around $2.11 for our valuation. And even NIO trading at $7.57 right now. We only value it at $1.03. Now, that being said, RV and RS, they are our fundamental indicators here. Other than the first 2 stocks, the top rated ones on the list here, Palantir down, a lot of the fundamentals are pretty weak in these companies. So you can see that these are very speculative plays here. However, if we look at the RT, the technical indicator, some of these stocks are above 1 right now, just Palantir and SMCI. And if we notice, the bottom 3 stocks in this list have RTs greatly below 1. SoFi coming at 0.64, IONQ at 0.7, NIO at 0.54. So these stocks are in a downtrend, and that magnitude of that downtrend is really strong. Now, that being said, when it comes to VST, the overall master indicator of value, safety, and timing, only the top 3 stocks have a favorable rating, while the bottom 3 come in short. SoFi leading the charge in the bottom 3 at 0.84. Now, next on the list, we do have CI. This is a technical indicator and just looks at price growth persistence. Supermicron coming in at 1.76. Phenomenal rating along with Palantir at 1.58. Even SoFi and IONQ have favorable ratings here. Look at IONQ up today, big day today. CI here at 1.54. So even if these stocks take a hit, historically, they are likely to recover and continue to grow. Now, next on the list, we do have the recommendation column. Like I mentioned before, we only have 2 buy rating stocks, while 4 of these stocks currently have sell ratings right now. Now, the next thing I do want to look is the GRT, or the growth rate in earnings. This is in percent form and reflects the stock's ability to grow its earnings. Supermicron leading the charge here at 33. A lot of these stocks actually have phenomenal GRT ratings. Only 2 have negative growth rates, coming in at -6 here, IONQ and NIO, which also happens to be the bottom 2 stocks on this list right now. Now, down below, we do have our watch list average here. What I really like about this, it gives you a sense if your stock is outperforming the others in the list. So you can see here the price compared to value. These stocks on average are overvalued. RV, RS, RT, and VST all below 1 when it comes to these positions. Now, the only thing favorable right now is CI coming out 1.16 along with GRT at 15. So for the most part, these stocks are very speculative in nature. Now, before we jump over to the graph, in the comment section below, put stocks that you're interested in. So that way, the next time I do one of these videos, I can incorporate a stock that you currently own or are interested in. All right, the first chart we got up is SMCI. Now, I'm going to be over here in my little corner. So if you see me scrunched over, it's just because I don't want to be in the way of the graph. Now, let's get to it. This is SMCI. Over the last 1 year, we can see huge price movement to the upside here. I mean, price action was below $100, however, has ended at $280. Now, the 12-month high does come in at $357. Since then, the price action did come back, however, has been consolidated. Now, a couple of things I really like about this position. If we look at value, the green line here, this stock has been undervalued the entire last 12 months. In addition to that, value is rising, price action is rising. So a lot of things I really like about this company. Now, also, if I check off EPS or earnings per share, it's a leading 12-month forecast, but look at that. It's EPS, its forecasted EPS is on the rise over the last 12 months. Nice bottom left to upper right action. So really enjoying what I see here on the charts. Let's just zoom into a 3-month time span. Now we do see the three converging closer to that 8-day exponential moving average, and both of them are converging closer to that 20-day exponential moving average. Now with price action flirting with that 20-day exponential moving average, I'm not a buyer right now. I'd like to see what the market does. In addition to that, if I'm not already in this position, I'd like to see this prior swing high taken out at 305.89. However, if I've been holding this position for a while, my cutoff right now is going to be at this support level at 230. You could tighten it up, if you don't feel like you want to give that much away, or even use these moving averages here as an early warning sign, or if the buy rating goes to a hold, that's an early warning sign if this position starts to lose momentum to the upside. But fundamentally, this is one of the best stocks on the list. Technically, it is nice because you're not buying at a high right now. You're actually buying on the dip here. You can see price action, but price action still consolidating. Hasn't really broke above this past swing high yet, or below this level of support. So you can just see consolidation here. So do keep an eye on this position. However, if we do lose this buy rating, it does go to hold. Just know that it's losing that momentum to the upside. Now, next on the list, we do have ON. So let's go back to a 1-year chart here. We do see ON undervalued over the last 12 months, really like this. However, we do have a sell rating coming in here. Now look at this. That sell rating came when this price was around $83, $84 was the close, going all the way down to $61 to follow suit. So when you see a stock with a sell rating, it is a preliminary warning to the customer itself that price action does have momentum to the downside. So this was your first early warning sign as well. You can see all the moving averages here becoming unfavorable around that same time period in addition. And then down below, if we look at the EPS or earnings per share, nice rise in earnings per share. However, with that last earnings that it reported, you can see the gap down from that earnings. In addition, look at its earnings per share, its forecasted EPS to follow suit, steep drop in it. So let's zoom into a 3-month time span and see what we got here. We do see price action below this 20-day exponential moving average. In addition to that, the 3 and 8-day exponential moving average are very close together, just merged. So there's a lot of indecision in this position right now. If you currently own this position, my absolute cutoff is going to be at this low right here at 61.47. However, if you are thinking about entering this position, I'd like to see price action at least get above this 20-day exponential moving average, which you see 2 levels of resistance there. So I'd like to see price break those 2 levels of resistance and get above that 20-day exponential moving average. And if this happens, I could see ON easily getting back into the 80s, giving you about 15% upside in this position. Now, if we go down to PLTR or Palantir, I know there's a lot of hype about this company right now. I mean, look, it was trading below $10 in the first 6 months of this graph. However, has reached levels above $20, starting to pull back the past 2 or 3 days here since it's reached its 52-week high. But if you notice the value line here, Palantir has been overvalued this entire time. So I like playing Palantir, more of a momentum play. Fundamentally, it's mixed a little bit, but look at its EPS, earnings per share, kind of flat the first 6 months of this chart. However, it is starting to rise here over the last 6 months. Even the value is starting to rise, but the value is still below $5. Now, I do really like this position, but because of the AI hype, investors have caused the price of this company to reach greatly overvalued levels. Now, if we zoom in here to a 3-month time span to break it down what it's doing currently, we do see the 3 converging close to that 8-day exponential moving average. Also, look at the 20-day exponential moving average. If price action breaks below that 20-day exponential moving average, I'd like to get out of the stock personally, just because I see this more as a momentum play rather than playing off the company's fundamentals. Now, if you don't own this stock right now, I'd like to see the prior high taken out as of yesterday. That high came in at 21.85, just so that way we get confirmation to the upside and just to see that momentum is continuing for the bulls. Now, next on the list, we go to a 1-year chart. We got Sofi here, trading below $5 just 12 months ago at $6.82 right now. So it's up over 20% over the last 12 months. You can see the high came in just below $12 at $11.70. If I zoom into a 6-month time span, we can see shortly after that, price action did break that 20-day exponential moving average, 3 crossed below the 8, and look at the sells came in. So we had plenty of warning signs here. I mean, the first sell warning came in when the price was around $8. Now that stock's trading at $6.81. So it would have saved you a lot of money here. Now down below over the last 6 months, you do see EPS rocking and rolling to the upside. Nice lower left to upper right. So I like the company's ability to grow its earnings. However, with a sell rating right now, price action, that momentum to the downside. If I zoom into a 3-month time span, just to look at the moving averages here, you see price action not being able to sustain above that 20-day exponential moving average. So I'd like to see price action get it back above that 20-day exponential moving average and give me a couple candlestick closes to stay above it to make sure I don't get whipsawed. However, right now, if I do use a freehand line, we can see a downward trend line here forming over these tops. And in addition, if we look here, how the price action has brought this down to the value line itself. So this company is actually becoming fairly valued. So that being said, with Sofi, with price action on the retreat right now, however, bringing price to a fair valuation, this company here may be a great opportunity to buy the dip. However, right now, the technicals just aren't in my favor. The 3 is below the 8-day exponential moving average. Price action is below the 20-day. So I really like this company. I like that it's on a dip right now. I like how price action is close to the valuation. However, the technicals are not telling me that we've hit a pivot point when it comes to this downward trend. So I'd put it in your watch list. And if you are holding this position right now, the low as of yesterday, if that's taken out, I'm out of this stock because it's just going to form a new low. So now let's go to the next stock here. Next, we have IONQ. This was actually mentioned last week on the live stream. Looks like a great company here. You can see it was trading back below $5 12 months ago. However, since then has hit a high above $20, bringing price action to go up 400% at one point this year. Now, in addition to that, you see price action on the retreat here. Look at the valuation. Greatly overvalued company here. We're only currently valuing it at $2.11 while it trades at $12.49. In addition, look at its EPS or earnings per share has been dropping off over the last 1 year. So let's zoom into a 3-month time span. We do see all 3 of these moving averages converging close together as price action is consolidating over the last trading week with sell ratings given. I'm not very bullish on this position right now. In addition to that, we are seeing some upper wicks here and some indecision in the trading. If we zoom into a 1-month time span, we can see the open and close on a lot of these candlesticks are pretty close together. In addition to that, the upper wick is showing some selling pressure when the buyers come in. So for me to be bullish on this position, this high here at 12.28, I'd like to see price action take this out. In addition, these moving averages in our favor. That means the 3s would be above the 8 and price action is above that 20-day exponential moving average. Now the last one on the list comes to be NIO. So let's zoom out to 1 year. Now here's NIO. You can see it's actually lower than it was 12 months ago. No buy rating over the last 12 months. Price action pretty volatile. You can see here the lows come in around $7 and the high is over $15, coming in at $16.18. Even its earnings per share for a roller coaster as well. You see it dropping here for quite some time. Over the last few months though, you can see EPS trying to claw back to get some momentum back to the upside. But look at this position. You see the value line here? NIO is just simply overvalued. So let's zoom into a 6-month time span to give us a better visual. And we'll go ahead and get rid of value here so it doesn't skew the data. Now you can see price action hit its high. No buy rating was ever given. However, once price action dropped below that 20-day exponential moving average, being the dotted teal line, you can see that momentum just gaining to the downside all the way to bring price action back into the $7 mark. Now, as of recent, you can see price action consolidating here over the last few trading weeks. Price action trying to get back above that 20-day exponential moving average, just failed to do so. So right now, no bullish momentum here due to the moving averages. So let's zoom into a 3-month time span. Now, even in a 3-month time span here, you can see these moving averages showing indecision in the stock price. That being said, for me to be bullish on this position, I'd like to see this high taken out here at $8.50 to get momentum to the upside going again. In addition, if price action does reach above these levels, I'd see these moving averages formulating in our favor. So you can use those moving average crossovers to potentially enter this position maybe a little bit earlier. However, as far as a cutoff here, we already have the sell rating. It has been a sell rating for quite some time here. At some point, if you've been holding this position, you've been writing it down, you've got to cut your losses. My absolute cutoff point here is going to be this low. You can see support right at this level here. So if it breaks this level support and forms a new low at a 7-11, I would personally be getting out of this position just because we don't know how much more downside potential the stock has to go. Now, I know this video is a little bit longer than most of my videos, but these are your stocks, and I just wanted to analyze them properly and take my time going through the charts. Now, I hope you found this video very informative on how to properly assess these positions going forward and to make money. Now, as always, I hope you found this video very informative and see the potential to make money when it comes to the VectorVest 7 program. Now, if you like what you saw this evening, please don't forget the like button, subscribe to our channel. Good night. Happy holidays here from VectorVest. Ryan, just want to give you a quick shout out and let you know that the VectorVest 7 software is going to be on sale this Black Friday for only 99 cents. Now, this will give you mathematical formulas to put you on the right side of the market so that way you can make money. Now, if you want to take advantage of this, just visit vectorvest.com/Black Friday. Now, in addition to this, I have been saying for the last several weeks while the market's been pulling back to educate yourself so that way when opportunities present themselves, you can be on the right side of the market. Now, if you want to take advantage of courses up to 70% off, please visit vectorvest.com/holiday courses.